Joining us today on the technicals, Hitesh Eidnani, founder and CEO of Trend Tech Consultants. He joins us in our Kolkata studios. Hitesh, good afternoon. This is Manvi here in the Delhi studio, and right here with me, Rakesh Barad, director at Alchemy Finance. Gentlemen, good to have you on this edition of Buy or Sell. Let's get going immediately. Not much time to waste. We have Rishi joining us, I believe, with a question. I think Larsen and Toubro. Rishina, I beg your pardon, with a query on Larsen and Toubro. Welcome to the show. What's your question?
Thank you. Good afternoon. I hold 115 shares of L&T at the average price of 1756. So my question here is, I'm a long-term investor and I would like to know if I need to accumulate more at this level considering the split of businesses.
Valid point that you've raised. So obviously you're keeping up with the company that you've invested in. 1524 is where the stock is currently trading. You're losing about 26,000 rupees currently. When did you buy this stock, Rishina?
I've been accumulating this last 4 to 5 months.
Okay. Let the experts give you the advice, and I'll come to Hitesh first. Larsen and Toubro acquisition price is 1756. 1524 is the current market price. Rishina's raised the issue of, with businesses being sort of separated. What happens? What should she do? Your advice, Hitesh?
Right. Larsen and Toubro has got resistance around the 1700 level, and a move below 1450 is bearish for this counter. Like the Nifty, L&T has formed a wedge pattern currently, and a breakdown or breakout is going to happen very soon on this counter. Which way the counter is going to move, we have to wait once it moves out of this wedge pattern. So my suggestion would be to keep 1450 as a stop loss and hold on. Do not add currently. If a breakout happens at that point in time, we can add more to a current position. But if a breakdown happens, we can keep 1450 as a stop loss to exit.
Okay, so it's at that point where, which way it's going to move needs to be carefully watched. That's Hitesh's advice. Rakesh, lastly. Next question is from Sham. He joins us from Hyderabad. Hi, Sham. What would you like to ask about?
Yeah, hi. I actually hold 200 stocks of RIL, and I have been accumulating these over the last 6 months. My average price has been 950. I just want to know, actually I'm a long-term investor.
Okay.
I want to know what is the future prospect. I can hold for 2 to 4 years.
Okay, anything between 2 to 4 years. You got the patience that's required if Reliance Industries is to deliver. Well, right here on NDTV Profit today, at around 11:15 a.m., we brought you the latest reported by IndianFertilizer.com. The latest in terms of Reliance Industries' dialogue with the Director General of Hydrocarbons, where essentially Reliance Industries said that drilling additional wells in KG D6 is not economically viable, and hence they're looking for an increase in the price of KG D6 gas, which is currently at $4.2 per MMBTU. That's the upshot in terms of news flow today. And there has been actually uncertainty over the last couple of trading sessions because of conflicting reports coming on exactly what Reliance Industries' KG D6 gas production is likely to be, particularly in the next fiscal. The upside, of course, is the deal with BP. Hitesh, technically, if he's acquired at 950, he can hold for 2 to 4 years. What would your advice to him be?
Reliance is a counter that has been range bound for the last 1.5 to 2 years between 950 to 1150. So currently the stock continues to be range bound. There's no point getting into a range bound stock because you don't know which way it's going to move once it comes out of the range. It could be upwards, but it could be downwards as well. So my suggestion would be, okay, 950, very well, you bought it at the bottom part of the range, and hopefully you should find a few more rallies to the top end of the range. But if you're looking at it from a longer term perspective, I would suggest you to wait for it to come out of the range. If it breaks out of the range, maybe you could get in around 1150 to 1175 levels, and that's when the stock would really start rallying. But if it breaks down, then you would have to wait for it to go all the way down, and once it turns up from there, then that would be another good point in time to enter. So let it come out of the range. Right now my advice would be to do nothing with this counter.
Do nothing for now. Hitesh's advice on Reliance Industries is unequivocal. From Mumbai, she says she has 160 shares of Kingfisher Airlines, which she bought at 62.20. what is the outlook for Kingfisher? When can she expect profits? Now, currently, the stock is at 40 rupees. It's up 1% in trade today, but when will she be able to show a profit? Is that a question that can be answered, Hitesh? Hitesh, I think you missed my question to you. It was essentially about Shweta Neema's query. She's got 160 shares of Kingfisher Airlines, which she bought at 62 rupees 20 paisa. And the stock is currently at 40 rupees. She's asking, when can I expect profits?
Right, Kingfisher Airline is a counter which is clearly in a downtrend now. It's been forming a pattern of lower tops and lower bottoms. A move above 46 would change the trend to up, but currently it looks like it's heading downwards now. It has strong support at 39. My advice would be to keep 35 as a stop loss and hold on, but in case the counter were to close below 35 on a closing basis, my advice would be to exit the counter.
Okay, that's Kingfisher Airlines technical call from Hitesh. Rakesh, Hi Manbir, what's your question?
Good evening.
Good afternoon.
I hold 100 shares of IDBI Bank.
Yeah.
Bought at the rate of 134.
Okay.
And I want to know what is the future prospects of this bank. 5 to 10 years is my holding range.
Mm-hmm.
And also I have some shares of Yes Bank and Central Bank of India. So I would like to know whether it is a good strategy to hold mid-cap banks from 5 to 10 years rather than large-cap banks like ICICI or HDFC.
Okay, so you got two parts to your question. One is the specific outlook for IDBI, and the second, the general strategy from a 5 to 10 year perspective of opting for mid-cap banks over the large cap like ICICI and State Bank of India. So let me take them one by one, and I'll ask Hitesh about IDBI first. Hitesh, 134, 135 acquisition price, and that's just about where the stock is currently trading. What are the prospects?
See, if you look at the charts, technically IDBI is in a downtrend. It's been making a pattern of lower tops and lower bottoms. It has support at 106. It had hit a high of 202 in November 2010, and from there on it's been heading lower. Since the buyer is close to the level, my immediate suggestion would be to exit this counter and re-enter at a point in time when it starts trending upwards. So that's my suggestion regarding IDBI.
Okay, and what about, this strategy where he's asking about opting for mid-cap banks instead of the large cap over a 5 to 10 year period? Does that strategy make sense?
Yes, I would think so. Banks like Yes Bank should outperform in a longer term period of 5 to 10 years. So my suggestion would be to have a close look on the Bank Nifty index, which currently is extremely range bound. In fact, it's even more range bound than the Nifty. So we would have to track the Bank Nifty index as such, and when it starts trending upwards, at that point in time you could actually look at the charts individually of Yes Bank and some of the other mid-cap banks with a view of going long in them rather than large-cap banks. And this strategy should outperform in a 5 to 10 year horizon, which the investor has in any case.
I have to say, we've got Surendra Dwivedi joining us from Chennai. He's an investor in JP Associates. Good to have you on Buy or Sell. What quantity of JP Associates did you buy? What price?
Yeah, good afternoon, ma'am. I am holding a 500 share of JP Associates at the rate of 120. That is my average price, because since I am buying this stock from the level of 160. So this is my average price. I am holding it from last 6 to 7 months. I can hold up to next 1 year, but is it meaningful to hold? I will get some decent returns from this stock, because this is not moving at all from last 6 to 8 months.
Fair point. You're making 18,000 in losses, and I'm sure you're wondering what happens next. What happens next, Hitesh, according to the charts? Hitesh, if you can hear me.
Associates is in a downtrend now. If it breaks below 77, it can go all the way down to 40. My suggestion would be to exit now, and if you are particularly interested in this counter, wait for it to start trending up before getting in again.
What is the critical point at which you will say, okay, it's trending up? Is there a particular level in the context of JP Associates?
I would say that JP Associates, it started its uptrend. If we see it go and remain closed above 108 for a couple of days, at that point in time we would assume that the trend has started to go upwards in JP.
Okay, so important point that Hitesh is making. His first, we let you go. We've been throwing questions at you. What are your picks in this market, if any?
I do not have any tips yet. I would wait for the market to start trending upwards before giving any suggestions. By way of disclosure, Trend Tech Consultants, me or any of our clients could have holdings in any of the counters discussed today. Thank you very much.